Y'all the reason we keep pushing. Keep on talking, we like
These
it.
people keep talking about me, but I don't care what they say. These people keep talking about me, but I don't care what they say. They talking about, they hating on me, they want to see me fall. These people keep talking about me, but I don't care what they say.
Gay Paso, Mufaso, welcome to Life's a Movie. I am your not so humble host, Walt Diddy, and I have a great show for you. Do me a favor, like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, come on in, give the show a try. I have a good one planned for you. By now, you should be wondering, what you talking about, Walt Diddy? We're going to do the Hollywood Shuffle. We're going to talk about Katt Williams, Tekashi 6ix9ine, Issa Rae's failed movie, and Richard Simmons. If you're from Gen X like me, oh God, you've seen Richard Simmons so many times. We're going to talk about that and a whole lot more. As mentioned, smash the like button. Come on in. Give me an opportunity to win you over, and that I will do. First and foremost, let's go to the chat. Thank you very much, DBS, for stopping by. That is Daniel Berry Sports Highlight. What's up to you, my friend? Shout out to Zakiba. Shout out to you. Yes, we are live. And one of the best subscribers on this channel, that is Agent Orange. I salute you, Gunny. Says, smack the like button on the way in, peeps. I would appreciate that. While we wait for YouTube to do what it does and hopefully push out my stream, I always hit you with some news. Some news that you may or may not be familiar with. And in our first story, he's done it again. Tekashi 6ix9ine arrested in Dominican Republic amid DV investigation. I know what you're wondering. The same thing I was wondering. Two questions. Number one, does his mama love a face like that? I know I would not. I would not let him in the home. Number two, why is he in the Dominican Republic putting a smackdown on said ladies? I do not know these things, but I do know how to read, so therefore we're going to take a quick look. There it is. Only a face a mother could possibly love. Why did he set out to uglify himself as he has? I don't know. You don't either, and it does not matter. Once again, our top story, and I'd like to remind you, if you're just coming in, I see people just now coming in. What you talking about, Walt Diddy? Hollywood Shuffle. First story is Tekashi. It's hard to even get it off your mouth. Tekashi 6ix9ine. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? He's in the Dominican Republic putting said smackdown on people that he does not even belong in that country. And as I mentioned, why is he ugly? Wow, UGLY. 6ix9ine has no alibi. He's ugly. He is ugly. It's not nice to call people ugly unless it's the truth. And would you not agree that's a face that only his mama could possibly love if she is still in the land of the living with us? Let's look at this real quick because it's two things. One is stupid. Two, he is too. But it is some news, and some people would be interested in seeing such information. It seems that rapper Tekashi, not to be confused with teriyaki, rapper Tekashi 6ix9ine has been arrested in San Domingo, Dominican Republic. The 27-year-old, and that is a ooey number in Hollywood, so his time may be up, born Daniel Hernandez. Wow, he belongs to the Hispanic Latino delegation. Wow, white people, you do not have to claim him, and I know I wouldn't. Just look at him. Born Daniel Hernandez was apprehended on Wednesday, January the 17th, that was yesterday, in relation to DV charges, according to the POLICE and the Associated Press. Hernandez is scheduled to appear in court on Thursday, January 18th, where a judge expected to determine his status while the Dominican, the DV investigation continues. So evidently, he not only put said smackdown on a said person, his ass still over there. He is still over there, and he ain't coming home. The rapper will either remain in jail, which rhymes with bail, and evidently they did not give him any because he has a foreign passport, or be released on bond. Well, I bet he is hoping to be released on bond because I don't think his stardom will go as far in the DR. The Dominican Republic National Police had, excuse me, this paragraph right here reads, the Dominican Republic National Police last had a run-in with Hernandez in October. So, damn Fulio, not only has he been to the DR once and acted insanely stupid, he gonna double down. He like, okay, I'm Tekashi 6ix9ine. They know me in America. I'm gonna come over here, get with one of your Dominican women, put the smack down on her, and guess what? I'm just gonna get away with it. Wrong. So let this be a lesson to you so-called vanilla, chocolate, and everyone in between passport bros. You're not going to the DR putting your hands on they brown, luscious, big bootylicious women and getting away with it. On in the story, Hernandez has not previously been arrested for charges relating to DV, but I always tell you on this show, when you see the word but or however, wait for it. And here is what comes after but, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, but in 2019, the rapper admitted to years of DV spanning from 2011 to 2018 in a cooperation agreement with the government at a pre-trial in New York City. Hernandez had pled guilty to 9 federal counts. Now, I know what you're thinking, same thing I'm thinking. If you and I plead guilty to 9 federal, right? Not local, not state, federal charges, we wouldn't be on the street. He may not either. So long story short, Tekashi 6ix9ine stupidly has went back to the Dominican Republic, got with a Dominican girl, or maybe it's a boy. I don't know these things, but I know these 2 things. And you remember these 2 things before I end this story. Number 1, you're not going to the Dominican Republic, putting your hands, unless you paid for it, and it's okay, putting a smack down on one of their big booty, tibble bitty, luscious, beautiful women. And number 2, Tekashi 6ix9ine is absolutely ugly, and don't you want to be too? I hope not. Do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button, and let's get to our next story. Wow. This one hurts me right here, ladies and gentlemen. This one hurts me really, really bad because I reported on this original story. You see it from Rolling Stone magazine. Snoop Dogg cashed out with giving up smoke at the brand that paid him, can't say the same. There he is, Calvin Brodus, a.k.a. Snoop Diggity Dogg, on stage. I'm 47, so Snoop got to be damn near 60, still west siding it up. There he is, looking just a little bit too old to be on stage doing those things. But what do I know? They paying him, so therefore he keep showing up. But in the story, we're going to find out something that I reported on, and I have to revise said story now. Resident Mary Jane icon Snoop Dogg made headlines last year when he announced that he would be giving up the chronic, the bum bud, and all of the purple Urkel. Devastating stoners everywhere. A week later, the rapper erased those fears when he revealed that it was all part of an elaborate brand deal with Solo Brands. So evidently, Snoop said, okay, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to make me some money off Solo Brands. You chocolate, vanilla, caramel, Negroes. Y'all like the double cup, putting the lean in it. So, there it is. But pretty much what happened is that Tim said he was going smokeless. Solo stove field fire. He said at the time they take out the smoke. Fancy that. Going on into the story to find out that Snoop has hustled the entire world with saying that, hey, I'm no longer going to smoke the chronic, the bum bud, the bomb ET. It was a clever, but apparently not enough to make a difference in anyone's pockets other than Snoop's. Not only did Snoop come on and tell the whole world a lie, he the only one that made some money. Ain't that keen? Effective January 15th, Solo Brands will be helmed by the newly announced CEO, Christopher Mertz, who steps in for the previous CEO, president, and director, John Maris. Maris decided to mutually separate from the company after the viral marketing campaign failed to bring any substantial revenue for the brand. So Snoop came on. He swore to us that, listen, after telling the first lie that, I guess it was true, that he will smoke chronic till the day that he dies. He said it back in the 90s, ladies and gentlemen. Moving on to the end of this story, which is absolutely mind-boggling to me why he would do that, to expand. While our unique, and this is a direct quote, ladies and gentlemen, this is a direct quote from Solo Brand. While our unique marketing campaigns raised brand awareness, Solo Stove to an expanded and new audience of consumers. And let's make a correction. This is not Solo Cups. It's Solo Stove. While our unique marketing campaigns raised brand awareness, Solo Stove to an expanded and new audience of consumers, it did not lead to the sales, right, that we had planned, which combined with the increased marketing investments, meaning paying Snoop, negatively impact our EBITDA, earnings before interest, taxes. Good God Almighty. Snoop done hustled these people, said I'm going to stop smoking, end up not smoking. Here's the final quote that I think will be interesting, ladies and gentlemen. Maris, the new CEO, had previously stated that the brand saw a boost in social media followers after the team's, let me get that right, excuse me, this just in. Maris, this is a quote from Maris. Maris had previously stated that the brand saw a boost in social media followers after their team up with Snoop, with around 60,000 users gaining awareness of the brand. However, once again, but and however usually are not words that your friends, unless you're writing, but or however in the piece. However, 60,000 users didn't buy smokeless fire pits. Snoop said he stopped smoking to sell smokeless fire pits, and guess what? Guess what? The company didn't make a damn dollar, but Snoopy did. Shout out to Snoop. And here's a special disclaimer. It is in the media that Snoop's daughter has had a stroke, so my thoughts and prayers go out to SNOOP and his entire family. But Snoop, you hustled everyone with this "you gonna stop smoking" thing. We should have known better than that, because you told us that you promised to smoke chronic to the day that you die. Remember these two things before I end this story. Number one, Snoop is a hustler because he hustled smokeless fire pits out of some cash. And number two, keep his family in your prayers. His daughter had a stroke at the tender age of 24. Shout out to everybody for coming in. I have a great show. I'm going to give you something that you may not know. What if I give you the numbers, some raw numbers on how much the Club Shay Shay interview with Katt Williams that they ran all the way to the bank? I'm going to break that down, and we're going to learn about some new movies that's coming out. Shout out to my man and yours. That is Club Fortune in the house, my brother. What's happening, fam? Here's another story that you may find interesting, ladies and gentlemen. First story was Tekashi 6ix9ine being arrested in Dominican Republic. I guess he's representing Passport Bros Latino. Next up, we find out that Snoop is still smoking the chronic, the bomb bud, and any other thing that will get you high. And next up, ladies and gentlemen, Rap-ish. Issa Rae. Did you know Rap-ish, counseled by Max, formerly known as Cinemax? That's right, Issa Rae, that played Black Barbie. Didn't see the movie. And she was in a series that the Negro delegation always referred to in your Black Manosphere. I can't even think of that because I've never seen a Issa Rae star in anything or anything she's wrote, produced, or anything. Why? I'm just that kind of guy. But there you go. As you can see in the middle, that is the cast of the former show Rap-ish. That would be Thought Nisha right there with that right there. She's got to have Thought Lakeisha. there is the Latino delegation, Negro delegation, and I'm not sure what that is. I'm just going to call it an it. We don't know what that is. Let's get into the story to find out what's going on with Issa Rae. As you can see, the cancellations continue at max. If you do not know what the word cancellation means, it means end. No more. We don't need you. Going on into the story just a little bit, the Warner Brothers Discovery-backed streamer has canceled Rap-ish, the scripted comedy series created by Issa Rae and starring Adia Asman, I don't know these things, after a 2-season run. So here's something that you need to know. It takes 5 seasons to get syndication. We'll not be getting those checks. So therefore, Thoughtnisha there with her arms folded up. Let's get her back. Thoughtnisha, Keisha beside him will need some other work. Let's go just a little bit deeper in the dive, ladies and gentlemen, to see what actually happened to that show. We are extremely grateful to Issa for creating Rap-ish. I know I'm not. A one-of-a-kind comedy with compelling social media, a one-of-a-kind comedy with compelling social commentary that reached viewers in a way only Issa's talents can accomplish. Wow, shout out to the Negro delegation for another bullish series. A Max spokesman said in a statement to The Hollywood Reporter, a huge thank you to Issa. Showrunner Sarita Singleton and the teams at Horace and 3 Arts Entertainment for introducing 3 Arts Entertainment for introducing us to Shauna and Mia. Hi Shauna. Bye Mia. A duo whose journeys fans have been invested in and who have continued to root for throughout everything. I wonder, are they rooting for them to get said other employment? I don't know these things. We'll never get seduced and schemed out of our heads, and we wouldn't have it any other way. So evidently, these are some hustling chicks that is in the rap game, ladies and gentlemen, that has really been taken over by ladies. You know, it is what it is on that. Osman starred as Shawana Clark, a smuggling rapper who works at a hotel. When the last time you checked in a hotel, that would explain the service. The cast also included, is that Chameleon? Gosh, where do we get these names? That's Mia, a fellow rapper and single mother who worked multiple jobs to support her family. Go ahead, sister girls. You are being well represented in Hollywood. I can tell you that. So she's working several jobs to support her family. She does not need a man, so therefore she will start looking like a man by the time she's in her 40s. I can bet you that. As well as Janissa Booth, Devon Terrell, R.C. Kyler, and Daniel Ostigan. Where do we get these names? We don't have names like David, Fred, and John anymore. Season 2 was originally... Oh, okay. So what they're saying is season 2 was all because of the and a little bit of the strike that happened in Hollywood, which I'm going to call bullshit. I'm going to say it's bullshit. Rap-ish is certified fresh on Rotten Tomatoes. Anytime you see a film on Rotten Tomatoes and they say, yeah, go see it, it's going to be a wah, wah, wah. Rap-ish is certified fresh on Rotten Tomatoes with a 100% score among critics. Who are these damn critics? Who did you go to? Did you go to Chicago in the projects? Are you in Memphis getting this? Oh, okay. You was in West Atlanta, maybe West Charlotte, North Carolina, close to where I'm at. If you did, do not ask these people anything else. They don't know any damn better. Viewers, however, here's the big part. Viewers, however, aren't as high on the comedy, and the show sits with a 65% rating, which we could say is bad. Not good. You're not getting any more money. Sorry, Issa. Rap-ish becomes the latest scripted series to be canceled recently at Cinemax, joining Julia and our flag mean, and this should be canceled. Our flag means DOA, both of which were also axed after 2 seasons. So here is some information for the Negro delegation of movies that rap-ish. You may have enjoyed season 1, but guess what? You are not getting season 2. It was produced and created by Issa Rae, who played Black Barbie. And in this other show that you guys watch, I do not know the name of it for 2 reasons. Number 1, I never was watching it. Number 2, I was not interested. And this show was starring a cast that we all know well. Even if you are in the vanilla delegation, the vanilla delegation knows Thought Nisha. She's got her hands folded up. Right beside her in all black, that is Thought Lakeisha, along with, as we can see in the background, yep, that's her. That's Thought Keisha. Oh, that's Thought Keisha. In the blue is Thought Lakeisha. There is some Negro delegation, more Negro delegation, and I do not know what that is. Hope you enjoyed this story, and remember these 2 things before we move on. Number 1, Issa Rae. Nobody want to watch nothing called rap-ish. And number 2, boy, Thought Nisha and Thought Keisha, they look pretty rough, but I promise you they got a man. I promise you that. Come on in, like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Here is the show that you want to know. Why would Richard Simmons be back in the movies, ladies and gentlemen? Why is Richard Simmons' name coming up? That's what you're wondering? I have the answer. What you talking about, Whoa, Diddy? Richard Simmons. Let's get right into it. Those are the first stories that we canceled. Richard Simmons. Wow. This is coming from today. Richard Simmons says he didn't give permission for Pauly Shore film. If you from the 90s, Pauly Shore had a pretty good run. He had a pretty good run in some movies, ladies and gentlemen. He known for, I can name a movie. I know what you're saying. Whoa, did it? Why you can't name a movie if he had such a good time? Excuse me. If Pauly Shore was so good in the 90s, why you can't name a movie? I don't know. But I do know this. Richard Simmons says he didn't give permission for Pauly Shore film. And I don't recall giving my permission either. As you can see, that is old Richie Simmons right there. A funny skit in Saturday Night Live was Eddie Murphy playing little Richard Simmons. Ready, set, go, fat, go. I know a girl who but hang low, she flabby. Anyway, you got to look that up. It is classic. The bit was Richard Simmons, little Richard as Richard Simmons. But this is what you need to know. Pauly Shore is taking on the role of weight loss guru Richard Simmons. Before Jenny and Michaels, before The Biggest Losers, there was the unfit looking himself, no muscle tone Richard Simmons. Dancing around, hey, how about Dillamil? He had this scheme called Dillamil. And guess what? My mama bought it. Where you deal yourself a meal. Gosh, wish I thought of it. The actor and comedian 55 portrays Simmons in a new short film called The Court Jester, which premieres at the Cabin in Park City, Utah on January 19th and then worldwide on YouTube later that night. So evidently it's just a little short film that he's trying to pitch for probably a feature-length film. But let's get into this a little bit. A teaser trailer for The Court Jester, written and directed by Jake Lewis, drops the 17th of November. The teaser shows Shore dressed in Simmons' signature workout attire, which is he wore short shorts. Let's check out a little bit of this. This is amazing. That is Pauly right there, who actually looks a lot like Richard Simmons. Yes, he looks a lot like Richard Simmons. Gosh almighty. And this is a quote from Richard Simmons from the movie. What's my first rule? Simmons asked a crew member on a TV set. Like yourself is the answer. Your weight doesn't matter. If you like yourself, you're going to be fine. Now, say what you will about old Richie Simmons. That's some good advice that none of you taking. Because you ladies are getting BBLs. You guys are getting beards painted on, and all these things. So evidently you do not like yourself. So maybe Pauly Shore is doing a service to the world. I don't think he is, but let's give him the benefit of the doubt. But, remember what I told you about but I've been where you are right now, Simmons continues. And where I am right now is I just love myself. Every part of myself. You cannot make this up. And I think I can show you how to get here. He adds, tenderly touching the crew member's nose. Shout out to Richie Simmons. This is amazing. Moving on down to the story. Oh, there it is, a good comparison coming up. Simmons, represented by mental health, getting people in shape and being his authentic, silly self. Wherever he was on TV, you could never take your eyes off him. And he brought such a joy to his appearance and represented nothing but a good time, he added. This is a quote from Pauly Shore. That is amazing. There's Richard right there with his little curly afro. I did not know the vanilla delegation could get their hair like that, but evidently Richard proved us all wrong. Just like I thought Michael McDonald, I thought that was a brother. I keep forgetting I'm not in love anymore. Till I went and researched the Bee Gees, not the Bee Gees, but the Doobie Brothers. And he's the vanilla delegation. Shout out to Michael McDonald. They look a lot alike. Could Richard Simmons be Pauly's uncle, dad? I don't know these things, but the resemblance is uncanny. Shore told Entertainment Weekly that he got the idea to play the now reclusive Simmons 75, and fans on social media pointed out how much he physically resembled the curly-haired fitness legend. When you think fitness, do you think of a muscle-bound man? Do you think of a sleek, sexy woman? No. You think of Richard Simmons, and evidently Pauly Shore did too. Let's see what Pauly Paul has to say. Here he is right there. Let's see what Pauly has to say. There's Pauly right there on set, and wow, there are some still shots of him being Richard, who was known for those little shorty shorts. Richard did have some damn thighs. He had muscular thighs, but the rest was just gelatin. Let's see what Pauly has to say.
So let me just tell you where we are in the process of Richard Simmons and me and that whole situation. To back the whole story up, years ago, actually, I wouldn't say years ago, but probably about maybe 2-3 years ago.
What we're going to do, ladies and gentlemen, is play that with no sound so I don't get a hit. But there he is back there, and I can tell you what, the girl with him is like, oh, throw them legs up, baby. But he does look like a Richard Simmons, a little jiggly on top with some strong calves and thighs. But that is Pauly Paul right there warming up to play Richard Simmons. And my God, do they not look alike? Nose and all. Richard Simmons, the one time that he was with a chick, that's your daddy, Pauly. That is what they're trying to tell us, that, hey, Rich is my daddy. Who your daddy, Rich is my daddy. Rich is my daddy. But there he is again. There's Richard Simmons in his purple-licious type of get-up. There's Pauly that's trying to look as hard as he possibly can, but he can't. Pauly wasn't in a lot of movies in the 90s. He's making his comeback at 55, and there we can see right there. There is a little bit of said clip there that I read about Pauly Shore as Richard Simmons, showing how he used to come out on stage and get all the girls moist when he did his little workout routine. Look, oh God, look at him. Damn, he actually looks like Richard. Oh, you little button nose. The court jester. And I think it's going to be a great movie if you like those kind of movies, which I do not. But here's just a little bit about Richard. That's how Richard used to do his thing back in the day. You boomers, look at Richard. Look at, and listen, you got to have a Lakeisha with you. Look who he has with him dancing. Look at Lakeisha. Go Lakeisha. Go Keisha. Go Rita. Look at Rita in the back with the brown shorts on. Now, if you were to try to do this today, they would shame you to death. Look at little Richard in his little short shorts. Make sure, look at Richard. Good night. He got on some cootie cutters. Richard, ladies, you thought Daisy Duke. Richard. There's Richard right there. King Richard. It was on all the talk shows. There he is. As I mentioned, very muscular thighs. That's where it ended. But always on stage, being happy. I'm so happy. Let's go. Get those legs up. That's Richard's life. So if you're wondering, remember these two things before we end this story. Number one, there's a Richard Simmons movie coming out. That is Richard Simmons starring Pauly Shore. And number two, I'm sure nobody's interested. As a matter of fact, you would not even know about it if Walt Diddy didn't bring this story to you. And you ask me, why you bring this story, Walt Diddy? Nobody else talking about it. Hit that like button. Hit the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Now to top story. Top story of the night, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a short and impactful show because I'm going to record a lot of these and I'll bring them back to you. Here's what you need to know. If you're wondering, what you talking about, Diddy? See, sometimes you freeze on it like, what you talking about, Diddy? How much money did Club Shay Shay, Shannon Sharpe make off the interview with Katt Williams that is heard around the world that you say, hey, Katt Williams is exposing something? Wrong. Because if you expose the people that pay you and write the checks in Hollywood, you won't be in Hollywood. So he didn't expose anything. But how much did it make? That is the question. If you remember, there it is. There's the interview, ladies and gentlemen. Club Shay Shay. Shannon Sharpe still ripped, looked like he'd go play football, but he can't, just a little bit too slow. And there is Katt Williams on said interview claiming as if he exposed some things. Katt has said nothing that he was not saying years ago, but how much money do you think said interview made? The interview was a few hours long. It is now. When I screen recorded that yesterday, it was at 50,000. Excuse me. When I screen recorded this yesterday, I should say, it was at 50,277,693 views in only 13 days. That is super viral. To have a viral video, it must go over 1 million views in less than a week. It did that and then some. So the original Katt Williams full interview with Shannon Sharpe on Club Shay Shay as of 1/17/2024, when I recorded this, was at 50,277,693 views. How much money do you think it made? Well, I'm going to help you with that. Because you have to add up the entirety of that video. Club Shay Shay and the producers and the minds behind it are not stupid. What did they do, ladies and gentlemen? Not only does that 50,677,000 go into the kitty, he made a lot of sub clips. Let's count how many sub clips that he made, and then we'll do a little bit of math, and I will give you I won't say an exact number, but I'm going to give you a ballpark number on how much this interview has made on YouTube, not to mention his sponsorships. As you can see, that is Club Shay Shay. What I did was go to his video wall, and there it is. You see the first video, I'm going to highlight it, that he did. That is video number 1. That is sitting at 50 million plus. Right now it's at 51 million. So let's count how many sub videos that was made. And total videos. So that's 1, as you can see, 2. We're going to scroll up 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Move it up a little bit more. So that's 14 videos, 15, 16, 17, 18. Going up just 19. We're going to go up through there and you'll see how many videos were made, sub videos. There we go. So we're at 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So if you're missing count, let's go back just to make sure you're on the same page with me, because we hit a pause there. The original video when I did this was at 50 million views. So it's a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 2 down there. That's 6. 4 above. Right? That's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Moving on up. Just a little bit in the screen record. 15, 16, 17, 18. Wow, they are smart. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 is above that. Moving up just a little bit more, right? 24, 25, 26, 27. It's 27 total videos. Nope, still moving up. 28, 29, 30, 31. Is it finished? No. Moving up just a little bit more. 32, 33, 34, 35. 35 videos. Just a little bit more. He's almost finished. 36, 37, 38, 39. Wow. Got to be finished now. Wrong. Genius. 40, 41, 42, 43. So there's a total of 43 videos. Out of about the 3-hour interview, it made a total of 40 some videos. How much money could that make? Well, I showed you the 50 million plus views on the main video, but it goes a little deeper than that, ladies and gentlemen. To do the correct math, you have to do math on every video. So you see some videos with 186,000 views. You see when a clip about Prince got 421,000 views. Katt Williams on Faison Love, 217,000 views. It gets better, ladies and gentlemen. Stay with Walt Diddy. I'm going to help you. There he is on Marriage, 300,000. There's another 400,000. All this goes into the equation, ladies and gentlemen, that I'm going to break down to you. Here's Katt on Mark Zuckerberg at about 500,000. Katt Williams on Donnie J, 300,000. It gets better. Stay with me, ladies and gentlemen. There is another viral video out of the entire collection. Katt Williams on Dave Chappelle. That 3-minute video got 2 million views. Right beside it, as you can see, Katt Williams on Diddy, 2.5 million views. Moving right along, they get a little bit better. Katt Williams on Kanye West, 1.2 million views for a 3-minute video. There's another 3-minute clip, 200,000 videos. A little crack on Kings of Comedy. It gets better, ladies and gentlemen. How about him and Ludacris? That got 800,000, soon to go to 1 million, a 1.5-minute video. There's an 8-minute 55 soundbite on Katt Williams' take on Ice Cube's Friday, 775,000 views. Now, this is all added in. Katt Williams on Why Chris Tucker, 1 million views for a 2-minute video. Right beside it is almost 500,000 on Katt Williams paid $75K for a movie role. Moving right along. Katt Williams on net worth, about $700K. Katt Williams on Jonathan Majors, 1.4 million for a 2 minute and 30-second video. There it is. On Jonathan Majors, 1.6 million views. Going on just a little deeper. Katt Williams on Ricky Smiley, only 250K. Katt Williams on Said the Entertainer, 275. And that was a 28-minute clip, so they probably pissed at that one. It got better. Katt Williams on Steve Harvey for a 9-minute video, 700 and about 50,000, about 750K. Katt Williams on Kevin Hart was a 16-minute soundbite, 2 million videos, so it went viral also. Moving right along, ladies and gentlemen, in this pure genius. And Katt Williams on Weinstein, 7 million views for a 38-minute video. And as you can see, 51 million views when I screen recorded that today. for the full interview. So you got to add all of that in to the equation to get to the money. This is not going to be accurate, but it's just going to be a ballpark, because 7 million views on a 35-minute video, depending on how much watch time, it made a lot of money. It made a lot of money. So let's do some math. Before we do the math, we need to do some research. Ask Google, how much does YouTube pay per video? And this is pretty accurate. As you can see, I'm going to highlight that so you can read also. How much money does YouTube pay per video? And here is the answer. Most sources on the internet agree, and I would too, the average YouTuber in the U.S. earns around 1 cent to 3 cents per video. Per view. So the question is, how much does YouTube pay per video? Most sources on the internet agree the average YouTuber in the U.S. earns around 1 cent to 3 cents per view, which is roughly $10 to $30 per 1,000 views. We're assuming the metrics was calculated using payment per ad view. So what that is telling you is Shannon Sharpe CPM could be between $10 and $30. I'm getting around $10 for 1,000 views, depending on who the advertisers are. My low end is around $6 for every 1,000. My high end is about $12. Shannon Sharpe is a superstar whose producers are Colin Cowherd, probably Fox is involved. So he is a media company. On YouTube, Club Shay Shay is a business as a media company. So he's getting between $10 and $30 for every 1,000 videos. I know what you're saying. Let's do some math. When I added up all the views for every video I showed you, it equaled 75,860,000 views. When I screen recorded, it was around 50 million and some change. Now, this is a round number because we can't get to the exact number unless I went into every video and that took too many times and too much time. But on average, when I looked at all 40-some videos, the main video and all the cuts, it had 75,863,000 views. What we do now to get our math, and we're going to do it no hands, is we're going to divide that by 1,000. It gives us 75,863. This is an easy formula to find. You take your total views, divide it by 1,000, and then you multiply time to money. On the low end, let's say Shannon only got $10 per 1,000 views for that video. So we take $10 and we're going to multiply. That would be $758,630. That's the low end. So we're going to throw that out the window. His CPM, RPM is way above $10. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. So let's continue with the equation and let's just give Shannon this time $15. $15. What would that be? So we just start the math all the way back over, ladies and gentlemen, which was not hard to do. The total was 75,863,000 views. So from my math, just round numbers without getting all down to the exact number, between 75,863,000, which is probably more like 77 million when we do the accurate math. But let's just use this number. At 75,863,000 views, to get about how much he made, we divide by 1,000. That brought us to 75,863. And let's multiply that times 15. Oh, Lord. Shannon Sharpe, and he made more. At $15 CPM, RPM, for that full video with Katt and all those sub clips, when we add them all together, it made in 13 days $1,137,945. Your favorite A-list actor does not get $1 million or earn or generate $1 million off a damn interview. But I think his RPM was higher. It's between 25 and 30. I'm going to say Shannon Sharpe, Club Shay Shay is about a $20 to $25 CPM, RPM. You're welcome to argue with me, and you're welcome to borrow this like a lot of you do. So let's do the math one more time. All those videos together came up with 75,863,000 views. We're going to do that same math formula again, divided by 1,000, doing it with no hands. Top that, equals 75,863. And guess what? Let's multiply that times 30. That's about what the video made. When we do the final math, bring in all the numbers, that interview generated on YouTube around $2,275,890. All thanks to what? I'm going to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, all thanks to you watching and wanting smut, dirt, and absolute foolishness. Katt gave you some half-truths and a bunch of humor. His wit is so strong, and Shannon Sharpe is no stupid ass. He has a great production team. So I'm here to tell you that the Katt Williams Club Shay Shay video made between 1.5 and about $2.1 million in 13 days. And 13 days. And here's something else I'm going to tell you. Most of you that use those sound bites with him dropping the F-bomb and the accusations, you didn't make a damn dollar unless it was a few cash apps. Because you got a yellow, right? You got a yellow, and your CPM is not between $15 and $30. If my CPM, and I can prove it if I, listen, my CPM RPM for every 1,000 videos is between $6 and $12. Shannon's got to be between 20 and 30. So between 20 and 30, that video on the low end and all those videos that I showed you made $1.1 million. And on the high end, it made $2.1 million. All off the strength of you, ladies and gentlemen. How does it feel? Do me a favor. Like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Remember these two things before I go. Number one, Shannon Sharpe and Club Shay Shay turned a whole meal ticket, millions of dollars off that interview. And number two, you lucky if you made $100. Hit the like button and thank me later. What say you, ladies and gentlemen? What say you, ladies and gentlemen? Am I in the ballpark of getting this right? Shout out to you big YouTubers that's going to come back and try to borrow this. I'm not going to let you, because I'm not going to put this in the comment area. I catch any of my presentation on your channel without you emailing me. Guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to copyright strike you, because I didn't play none of Shannon stuff. You didn't hear nobody's voices. I did that math and came up with myself. I'm going to flag your video unless you pay me. Unless you pay me. Sorry. Is what it is. Do me a favor. Let me encourage you before I get out of here. I want you to know that you're more than enough, that you are worthy, and you deserve the very best in life. But to get that, you got to think positive. Think positive. Think about the things that you want because you deserve them. It came to you, that idea came to you because you are good enough to do it. My father walked out on this home when I was 9 years old. I was 9. Never forget it. But guess what? He left me a diamond, platinum. When he told me every day, and he looked in his eyes and said, Walter, you can do anything you want to do if you put your mind to it. I put my mind to making this content. I put my mind to being an encourager, not a discourager. Put your mind into having a great day. Thank you, everybody, for stopping by. Big YouTubers, I mean what I say. Don't let me catch my stuff on your channel. And you doing this breakdown, you better go do it yourself. I'm going to flag you, unless you pay me. Remember these two things before I go. Number one, I enjoyed doing this show today. And number two, Walt Diddy got to go because he got things to do. Holla.
That way, that way, that way, that way, that way. So can I give it to you that way? That